Greeting class. Final presentation on my ideas on what worked for classroom management. We observed a lot of classes. We talked about a lot. Um, what I think is going to be beneficial and will work for my classroom environment. My big standout. We watched Henry Wong quite a bit in class. Um, a big idea that Wong constantly stressed was that the first day of school makes all the difference. If things don't go right on the first day of school, then you're constantly digging yourself out a hole for the rest of the year. If you get your rules and everything across on the first day, it'll just make it easier for you to and the class to know what you expect out of them for the year. We talked about rules a lot. Rules play a big part in the classroom. With rules, they need to be enforced. Um, what you want your classroom to be like will be based off rules. Dr. Jensen talked about a lot. Um, that you want to keep your rules down to minimum 3 to 5, and not make them too complicated. You can put a lot of things into one category, and they'll make up for a lot. Um, One thing that really stands out for the rules is enforce them equally. There's gonna be some students that you will like more, and I, as myself, like more, but that doesn't mean they get to slide by the rules. Other students will realize that, and it'll just make them angry as well. So you gotta be able to support your rules equally. Um, Emotional. You're gonna have days where you go through some stuff. It's a bad day for you, and you kind of just like do what you want in class. But those days end up into bad habits. Make sure you don't go lax. Things will get out of hand quickly, and then you will just be trying to make them know what the rules are. A big rule I thought that every teacher should have is respect. We talked about it a lot in class. You want to treat your students how you want to be treated. Everyone's equal in there. Just because you're a teacher, sure, you have more power. The students need to listen to you, but um, don't let it be known. Be nice to the students. Let them respect you, and you respect them. It'll just make everything way easier. Communication with parents and students. Communication is always key in everything that we do. With communication, it plays a big part, and you need to be able to communicate with them, and it will really help you out in the long run with jobs, principals, superintendents. Dr. Maddie always says she knows this guy that he didn't get along with the parent well, and it ended up costing him his job. It's always a good idea to be nice to parents. When communicating with parents, stay calm, be able to speak with their student with them. They play a big part in your teaching. They can help you relate to your students better. Communication with students, kind of on a different note of communication. Your students will want to be able to get a hold of you. They'll need to be able to talk to you. Some teachers don't feel comfortable with giving out their text or being friends with them on Facebook, which is reasonable. Dr. Jen says stuff like that can get you into trouble, cost your job. One thing that I read up on a lot that uh, seemed to be beneficial and work well, and what my school used, is like an app where we'd add the classics. So we had geometry, anatomy, and whatnot. The teacher would be talk, but if you had a question, you talk, and the whole class could see it. And I find that beneficial in so many ways. Sometimes people are scared to ask questions. You ask it, they can see it. The teacher answers it. It gets more group combo, more interaction, um, and everybody can see it. So as a teacher, you're less likely to get in trouble because of it, which I find very beneficial. And I think it'd be something that I'll implement into my classroom for sure. Um, Things I've seen, which I don't want to have in my classroom environment. I've seen a lot of things that I would not like to incorporate in mine. And I don't know if it's just a bad day teaching for the teacher or whatnot, but um, at the high school, we went into an English class. The teacher was constantly asking the students what to do, telling them what to do, and they would not listen. They kind of went off, did their own thing. I don't want to have that in my classroom. I want my students to relate with me well when I ask them to do something, bring it up and go and do it. And that's what I expect out of my students. And I think I can make that possible if I start on the first day of school, like I stated earlier. Also, when I walked in some classrooms, so we were observing, I seen some kids act like they didn't want to be there at all. I want my classroom enjoyable. I want them to feel like they want to show up to class every day. I want to do activities. I know that you have Common Core and everything you have to teach, but I want to make Common Core fun. I want my classroom exciting for the students. I want them to have a good time, and that's my main goal. They can learn a lot of stuff and have fun. Things I observed that I would want to put into my classroom. As we were observing preschool and whatnot, because I'll be an elementary teacher, that's why I want to teach younger ages. Um, Younger ages, the classroom was super colorful. We went into preschool, they had lots of activities everywhere. They had like the boats, the sand, whatever they're working on. Their letter was B. They had boats and binoculars and whatnot. I want stuff like that. The kids enjoyed it. And I want my setup in my classroom, which is all super important, Dr. Jen said, where you can see the whole class, communicate with them all well. I want to have that in my classroom as well. I want to be able to communicate as a group and have everybody's input as a class. Um, there's a lot of things. One of my favorite observations I did, we went in, teacher came up and talked to me and said, this is all the um, bad kids. And she handled them all super well. Something good at hand, she'd ask them if she could do anything. And if she couldn't, she'd have to call somebody in and come get them, but she would try. She never lost her temper. She communicated with them well. They seemed like they were learning and they were having a good time. Even though they were the bad classroom, she did a really awesome job. Through all my observations, I learned a lot of stuff that I'd implement into my class and that I'll carry on and use. I learned some things that I don't want to do. I learned the grades I don't want to teach. Overall, it was an amazing experience, and I enjoyed a lot of it. And so, thank you for the class time and teaching us all so much, Dr. Jensen.